The legislature opened its 60-day session on January 11th. Tell us about your expectations.
60 days is how long we're supposed to be here this year, and I'm really concerned we're going to get out of here on time, but I believe that we can. The other thing, too, is of the 147 lawmakers that we have in Olympia, 74 of them are Republicans and 73 are Democrats. We're split right down the middle, which means nothing is going to get done because you have the absolute power to get anything done, but because you actually come together, Democrats and Republicans alike across the aisle, to come up with reasonable solutions that aren't going to just serve Seattle, but they're going to serve the rest of the state. So I believe we're going to get out of here on time, but we've got some big challenges ahead of us.
What do you see as your priorities for the 2016 session?
Providing students with a world-class education system, I think, is probably going to be on the forefront with the McCleary decision, the state Supreme Court decision on funding of education. That, of course, is going to be the biggest challenge that we have, so that'll be number one. Empowering families and strengthening communities. You know, we only have, of our 39 counties, we only have 2 counties that are below the national average for unemployment. In many cases, many of our counties are nearly double the unemployment levels. And so making sure that we're making decisions that are going to help to structure those communities to be able to succeed will be a big priority for us. Another one, too, is protecting taxpayers. It seems every year that I come down here, the only opportunity or the only option that gets brought before us is to solve these problems. We've got to raise taxes. And with underemployment at record levels still, with high unemployment we got to make sure that we're protecting taxpayers and looking at that as the absolute last resort, not the first option. And then, you know, with recent reports about what's been going on with Department of Corrections, letting out criminals early, with a lot of the other things that have created unsafe atmospheres in our neighborhoods and schools, it's making sure that we pass pieces of legislation that are going to continue to protect citizens of the state of Washington.
How can your constituents become more involved in the political process?
You know, there's a saying in government, and that is silence is agreement. And what that means is if we're not hearing from you, we assume everything back home is okay. And I know that's not the case. So being involved and contacting us either online or by phone, on the screen you'll see different ways that you can contact us. For me to understand and represent you well down here, I need to know from your perspective what your situation is, what your struggles are, what your concerns are back home, so that then I can deal with those things down here. So please don't be silent. I love reading the emails, returning the calls, and responding back to constituents, but I can't be effective as your legislator unless you're actually calling me, contacting me, and letting me know what's going on back home.